6 o'clock, September 14th, 2022. And a call to order, invocation. Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for allowing us to live in the best country, the best state, and what I believe to be the best city in Texas. Lead and guide and direct this council to make great decisions for our beautiful commitment. All we need is to reach out to you, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America. To the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to jump over public comments because we have attorneys here and they bill by the hour apparently. So we're putting them number 4. Presentation and status report for collection outstanding court fines.
I actually don't know by the hour. Just get out of here because I've got to.
No, we're happy to do that.
That. And I believe listed on the agenda was Mr. Guevara to be presenting, but unfortunately he was also sick, and so I was able to fill in. What I have before you is a collection report on behalf of the city of Palm Valley. We acquired this contract in July of 2018. And since then, we have been consistently collecting based on the number of placements that is given to us monthly. Placements is basically a citation that is handed over to us for collections. And the different collection methods that we utilize are a mailing is sent out to the individual. And when at that point, after 10 days, no information is received or no phone call is received by them, then we begin by making outbound calls to them. And then within 30 days, if we have no resolution on that citation, what we do is we send out a second mailing, but we are still continuously making outbound calls on that citation to try to gauge the individual's attention. If you turn to page 1 of the report, the very first graph there shows you a summary of just the July 22 collections and placements that were given to us. The amount assigned was close to about $3,000 with $2,998 in assignments that were given to us. And the amount collected was $2,019. So that's a resolution of 8 citations that were given for a total of the $2,019. Moving on to date, the number of citations that have been assigned to us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The number of citations that have been assigned have been about $1,834. And the total amount collected to date for the Palm Valley has been $66,000.34. There are some placements that were canceled either due based on us being advised not to go forward on that. But the total amount of resolved cases was $76,000 in resolution. Total amount collected $66,000.34 to date for Palm Valley. So as you can see at the very bottom, to date, we have mailed out 3,256 letters and placed 15,910 outbound calls on behalf of Palm Valley. Now moving on to page 2. Does anyone have any questions regarding this first page? Moving on to page 2, you can just see a summary of the active open accounts that are still out there. Still have 1,541 active accounts that are, 1,559 accounts that are still open. Now moving on to page 3. This is just a report of the last 24 months of collection activity. You can see by month the number of letters mailed, the number of outbound calls placed, and the dollars collected each month in the last 24 months.
Council, anything?
Anybody have any questions? I know a lot of this is very redundant. I don't know if you all want to briefly look over the report and then have any
How are we
questions.
doing compared to our neighbors?
You know, I really don't have that number. I
Okay.
mean, and every jurisdiction is different. What I can tell you all is to date, since we have acquired the contract for the city of Palm Valley, we've collected $66,000.
Nice.
Yeah,
This is collections
Good
for
job,
what?
Monica.
what that?
This is collections for what? I'm sorry.
This is for
Fines.
fees and fines, citations that were,
Traffic?
yes.
So
yeah.
why isn't there like FTAs? I don't understand. Like failure to appear is like warrant sent out. So they're just letters sent out on a traffic ticket?
So the municipal court usually assigns citations to us. As far as failures to appear, I'll have to check with the court how they handle that.
Uh-huh.
But if a placement is given to us for collections, maybe they resolve the matter or came in and attempted to resolve the matter. Then a placement is given to us so that we can attempt to collect.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all have any questions regarding the report. I know a lot of it is very repetitive, but we try to get a little bit into detail in case anyone has questions.
It's your success rate's about 15%. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is that better than what we were doing prior to assigning it to the line barter?
I really don't know because I don't have that number to compare to. I couldn't tell you. What I can tell you is this, no, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. I can tell you is the method of collections that we use, like we stated here, we place these outbound calls. To date, we've placed over 15,000, outbound calls. This may not be something that the city has a capability to
Sure.
do. Yeah.
Well, I think that the percentage that has been acquired by them is certainly much better than when we didn't have anything at all. So I will say that.
I chime in because I'm the city prosecutor that I remember the collection rate and the list of accounts receivable on these kinds of things being significant. And we were having quite a docket of repeats that had worked something out. And now I can tell you that the pre-trials I have and so forth are significantly less in volume. So I think it's working.
Thank you, Mr. Mann.
Well,
Thank you, Jason.
Does anyone have any questions?
Keep collecting, I guess.
Yeah. We're all for that.
Keep calling.
Yeah.
Keep up the
Make
good
more
job,
calls.
Monica.
Thank you. If y'all don't have any questions, then I'll just excuse
Thank you
myself.
so much.
Thank you so much. Y'all know.
Thank
we're
you.
just always-
Hey, I do want to take a quick minute and we're done. And welcome a new person by Zoom, Miss Kathy Cherry. Kathy has blessed us with accepting the position of city secretary. She'll start 10/1. And somehow Sylvia is going to have to teach her 12 months worth of work in 3 months worth of time. But I saw you up there and I didn't point you out. Jason, I'm not going to point you out, just so you know, but we're really excited and look forward to having her in Palm Valley.
Hi, Kathy.
I second that.
All right, agenda item 5, presentation by Jim Burschbach. Did I do that right, with Frontier Direct Care?
Again, my name is Jim Burschbach and I'm with Frontier Direct Care. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to meet with you and to share with you some thoughts that may help you save money in the days and years ahead. The reason I'm here is to help you consider how you can save money on your health benefits for your employees. Frontier Direct Care is a provider of clinics and professionals across the valley. We now have 19 professionals working for us, and we're in 6 locations. We open up our second location in McAllen in 2 weeks. Of particular note is the fact that we have worked with municipalities across the valley, and we're in the process with all of them. We basically began our sales process about 14 months ago. The highlight of what we've been able to do, and I say this with respect, the city of McAllen, we are projected to save them $2.4 million on a $14 million healthcare benefit package next year. Harlingen Irrigation District this year had a 59% increase in premiums. We came in and helped them redesign their program, kept Blue Cross Blue Shield, but included Frontier as part of the program. And this year we'll save them $136,000 in premiums. We've also worked with Sunny Glen. This year, through 6 months, we're projected to save them $1.5 million in healthcare benefits. So we have some success stories going in the valley with individuals, businesses, and municipalities. And with that, I'm going to ask that we turn to our presentation. Sylvia, thank you for including this in the meeting, and I'd like to go through a few brief slides, and I'll be glad to answer questions along the way. We're trying to transform healthcare. If you're a business today, you're dealing with double-digit increase in benefits. And that is, needless to say, a problem across the industry. But what happens is when they have to pay that increase, they may offer it to their employees who can't afford their portion of it unless the entity pays for all of it. The second key problem in America today is individuals, single moms, can't afford primary health care. 90% of what we have in terms of taking care of our health can be done with a primary care doctor. We still need catastrophic. We still need to protect against cancer and heart and all those other things. But primary care can happen very efficiently. What we do is we take a lot of the issues around here, from appointments to wait days to drive to the hospital to insurance, and we go direct from the doctor to the patient. When you go to see your doctor for the first time, he or she will give you their business card. It has their cell number. You have seven days and 24 hours of constant contact. You can call midnight on Saturdays, you can call anytime, but you can call your doctor 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Now you may say, oh, how do you do that? Well, the average doctor in America has 3,500 patients. We limit our physicians to 800 patients. So when you have a 1 o'clock appointment, you have a 1 o'clock appointment. You don't wait in a lobby for 2 hours. And this happens across 6 clinics. Our goal is to grow to 30 clinics across South Texas. So what we charge is a very low-cost monthly subscription. There are no wait times. Doctor comes to see you, 1 o'clock. There's no insurance hassles. There's no copay. And there are no hidden costs. If you go to see the doctor, you know that you are going to have a blood test done. It's going to cost you $22. If you went through traditional healthcare, it would be $350 as part of your copay. And also, when you go in to see the doctor, there is no copay. So, 24/7 access. We'd like to believe we have improved care. Our doctors primarily have come from the Valley. Dr. Peter Lazapina was the head of residency at Valley Baptist. And so many of the doctors that we have employed, we will know. Needless to say, the demand on doctors today will have to come from out of market. One of the things that the doctors appreciate, because they only have 800 patients, is they go to their kids' soccer event. They go home to their mom, their wife, or whatever spouse for their birthday. They have access to a personal life as well as a professional life. As I indicated, there's no wait time. There is a cash pay network. If you have to have an MRI, it's $350. A normal MRI is $35. If you want a CT scan, it's $210. You need an X-ray, it's $52.50. So these things are all very attractive to not only a funded group like yourself, as well as to a smaller business. We have the pricing, et cetera, is very transparent. When you leave the patient, when you leave the office of the doctor, you know what charges you may have like those tests, but there is no copay. $60 for membership, often paid by the employer or the municipality, and there's no additional fee. The other interesting thing is, if you on Monday have a sinus infection, you go to the doctor. On Tuesday, you're still not well. You call the doctor. On Wednesday, if you have to see the doctor, you go on Wednesday. You on Thursday, you go on Friday. There's no additional charge. It's a one-time a month $60 fee. Let's see here. The other thing I indicated, we are not insurance. And we're very clear on that. And that's the reason we can do what we do, because we get out of all of that billing. My wife went to the emergency care center here on the corner, January 2nd, had a COVID test. They billed the insurance company $4,000. We charge $10. You can drive up, we'll do it in your car and give you results within 24 hours. $10. Please. Google reviews is one place where we can start to judge what we do, what we're doing. We've only been basically in operation for 14 months. So we'd like to have a few more stories like that, but you can see according to each of our clinics, what the response has been. As I indicated, we have a clinic here in Harlingen. This is where we started. We have one in Brownsville. We are opening our second in McAllen. We have one in Weslaco, and we have one in Raymondville. I would invite you to come and see our clinics. I will be honest with you, Harlingen Clinic is a little tired, but we are moving out of there because the Harlingen EDC just gave us a grant of $100,000 to open up a new clinic in Harlingen. We'll be in the Van Buren building downtown. But the point is if you wanted to go see, you could go see our Jackson Street Clinic, or you can go to Weslaco, virtually brand new, Raymondville, brand new. Very nice, very clean, very professional. I don't know where we get the talent for this picture. One of the other things that we redo is employee absenteeism. Many of our employees don't want to go to the doctor. We all have understanding why people don't want to go to the doctor. That fear goes away in this case because it's $60, people can afford it. They can also go back for no additional fee in that week. It keeps people back to work. You don't lose hours of productivity to your organization. The individual doesn't lose productivity to their income. Increases talent acquisition and retention. The fact that I don't have to wait 3 hours to see a doctor, or my spouse doesn't have to wait to take her kids or his children in to see a doctor, makes this a very attractive place to come and work. Many companies in the Valley, unfortunately, don't have any kind of primary health care provided to them. This allows you to say, by the way, if you come to work for us, we're a pretty good place to work. We provide you primary health care. Bottom line, I think I indicated 3 specific programs where we've demonstrated it. If you would like, Sylvia does have the link to the McAllen presentation that was done and shows all the specific cost savings by line. It's an incredible presentation done with their health benefits person and our people in terms of the research. And that is available as a public document for everyone to see. What happens is that when we do this, we ask for certain criteria that your previous or current provider shares with us. We go through and analyze that line by line by line. And then we come back and show it to you specifically so you can see your expenses that you paid and all the requirements that are needed to make a proper evaluation. This isn't pull some number out of the sky. We do a complete evaluation of what you pay for insurance, what your drug prices are. All of those things are measured, counted for, and shown to you. So we can do a specific presentation to you as what the cost savings would be. Here's an example of the annual savings for one of our customers. We reduced the, built a strategic plan that reduced premiums by 15%, or in this case was $300,000. We impacted medical claims by 63%. And what's interesting there is that on your insurance plan, when someone turns in a medical claim primarily for primary care, that goes and is measured by your insurance company. In our case, those numbers aren't presented to an insurance company. And so those claims for the current year go away as you go into renewal next year, which therefore lowers your premium for the upcoming year. In this particular case, we saved them 20% or 50-some thousand. Total claims impacted was $58,000 or 1.5 million. Insurance loss ratio is down from 138%. And the savings generated was more than covered the cost of membership in Frontier. And when I go back to the 2.4 million for the city of McAllen, that includes the cost of Frontier. So in addition to covering the Frontier costs and saving them money, it's a significant amount of savings to a municipality. Let's see. So it's $60 a month per employee. Employee plus children or plus a spouse is 120. If you have 10 kids, it's a total of 180. You can have 5 kids, 1 kid, 10 kids. It's a total cost of $180. So you can see that in terms of what you may be paying, etc. Please know, we don't get rid of your broker. We don't get rid of your primary care of Blue Cross, Blue Shield, whatever it may be, but we redesign the program to make it much more affordable. Questions? I have a couple pieces of information I'll share with you as well.
Come on, Chendo. Thank you so much, Jim.
These are ideal with some of the costs and some of the things we do.
Thank you, sir.
And I think you have a copy of the in your.
Yes.
packet.
That's correct.
My phone number is on there. I'll be glad to answer any questions by phone tomorrow going forward. My email is on there. Our next steps would be if you approve the next steps to look at this. Sylvia has an email from me requesting certain information from your previous provider or your current provider. We will take about 2 weeks to evaluate that, put it on a series of spreadsheets, bring it back and show you a similar presentation as I did for the
Are you
savings.
specifically going with cities or just one of your clients?
No, we do with school districts. We're in process with the Harlingen,
Who in Cameron County are you doing as
Uh,
far as cities and school districts?
Cameron County employees. With City of Brownsville.
Exclusively or as
Exclusively,
an option?
meaning,
The employee, okay,
yeah, we don't get rid of their primary care.
okay.
And we currently have 77 businesses using our product in the last year. Burton Automotive. I can go through a series of lists of companies who are using our product or Frontier. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said the city of Brownsville is using it?
No, we are in the process of presenting to them.
Okay.
I'll tell you a quick side story is that we started following the model of Houston. And Houston doesn't go with brokers. They go onesie Tuesday, and they have 6 clinics in Houston. That's how we started, just calling on individual businesses. And when I came in a year ago, I said, hold it, we need to think about going to brokers. And once we went to brokers, the doors opened, and that was our first success story, which led us then to 3,300 people at the
Nice.
city of McAllen.
Well, I appreciate it, Jim.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sylvia, do we have any public comments?
Mayor, we do. This afternoon, I got these citizen comments presented by Ms. Jeanette Edgley. She's also present via Zoom. So I'd like to read into the record her comment. I do not drive at night, and I appreciate the ability to attend our meetings by Zoom. There is a situation I want to ask assistance with. Who is responsible for the city's road signs repair or placement in our city? The street Los Amigos is a one-way street, and there are vehicles entering the exit side of it. The signs are in need of repainting or replacement to enable vehicle drivers to view and stop entering the exit side. Our police department followed a vehicle entering this exit side earlier this year, and after a lengthy situation, the driver was taken into custody and his vehicle picked up. My concern is the danger of collision with the oncoming traffic going the right way. She's requesting the city governing body check into the current situation and resolve the problem. Because of computer problems it has been hard to write this, sorry. Thank you for taking my ability to address you in this message. Ms. Jeanette Edgley, and she resides at number 19 Los Amigos. I did speak to her when she presented this, and I told her that the staff is in process of replacing a lot of the signs,
Right.
not only there in Los Amigos, but throughout the entire city.
Nice. Thank you, Miss Edgley. And I almost had to cut you off for the 3-minute maximum.
I am so sorry.
Thank you.
Get tough here.
Number 7, discussion possible action, approve the minutes of the special meeting August 31, 2022, and special meeting of September 6, 2022. Councilwoman.
Yes, I have a few. Okay, Chief, I did want clarification on the minutes from the special meeting held August 31st. If you look on page 2, paragraph number 10, I just wanted to confirm the number of the radios, because I couldn't remember. I know that we were doing 2 radios now. And then is it correct that then you anticipated doing 5? Well, when I say now, I meant last fiscal year or current fiscal year. And then starting October 1st with our new fiscal year, you're looking at 5. And then the fiscal year after that, another 2. Is that correct? Okay, all right. Just wanted to confirm that. And then Sylvia, if you'll look at page 5, here, section 14, 3rd paragraph, where it says Councilwoman Taylor commented, blah, blah. If you look at the 3rd sentence, it says government identity. It should be the word entity, not identity. And then it should say has, insert the word limited, and then take out the word no. So the sentence should say, she stated that currently state law states that a government entity has limited right to impose restrictions.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you go to section 15, the 2nd paragraph,
Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was you that commented that an informal inspection had been done regarding that propane tank. It wasn't me.
Yeah,
I thought it was you.
I drove by.
Okay,
We'll call that informal. Yeah, exactly.
okay. That's informal,
You know-
okay.
But
Councilman
So,
Wade.
so change Taylor to Wade, yeah,
There you go.
Councilman Wade.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't out there with a measure of ruler or anything. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not, I don't think, I haven't driven by, I haven't driven by there. But
Okay.
I
It's
think the
still
last
out
is
there.
still out
It
there.
has not been fenced,
You know-
and I don't know what the latest is, Jerry.
he says he's waiting on a call from us, and
For what?
I, don't ask me,
Mhm.
he says I left my phone number there and I was waiting on a call for them and stuff. And all he needs to do is come in and pay for his
Yeah,
permit. Am I
Right.
correct?
yes.
That's it. I'll see him tomorrow and I'll tell him you need to come in and pay for the permit.
Okay.
Okay, so other than those sections, I have no further requested revisions to the minutes of either the meeting on August 31st or the one after, which was September 6th.
Great. Can we have a motion to approve?
With the corrections included, I make that motion.
Second? Who was it? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Passed. Agenda item 8, public hearing to hear comments for or against the proposed tax rate of 0.515463 $100 valuation. So we'll open a public hearing right now at 6:33.
You declare the public hearing open to hear comments for or against the proposed tax
Okay.
rate.
So we're opening a public hearing at 6:33 for or against our proposed tax rate, which will remain the same, 0.515463 $100 valuation. Any comments? So I can close the public hearing. So we'll close the public hearing at 6:34. And agenda item 8 is done. Number 9, discussion possible action to adopt an ordinance setting the tax rate at 0.515463 $100 valuation for 2022. Any discussion?
I'm of the opinion that we should adopt it and keep that rate as it is, which is the same that we had last year.
Got a second?
There's a.
That was the
Jerry?
discussion. Well, that was the
Oh,
discussion.
discussion. Okay.
We're discussing.
We're discussing.
I'm jumping into action.
There was a 1.8 tax rate increase, correct, Sylvia? And that
Yes,
is
based-
because of the property value.
Valuation.
The valuations of the homes.
So it was not a tax rate
Rate,
increase, but
yeah.
just an amount of tax revenue increase.
Yeah,
Due to the fact that the same rate was applied to a greater valuation.
yes.
That's confusing, especially the way motions.
Well, we haven't done the motion yet.
But I wanted to make that clear because you are correct,
Yeah.
because of the valuation.
I make a motion that we keep the tax rate the same.
Excuse me, you
Well, we
have
had
to
to have a
have
public
specific
hearing.
wording for the adoption of
All right.
of the tax rate.
You want me to do it?
Wait, number 10, don't we have to do the public hearing to hear comments for or against the proposed budget?
That's the budget. We're still on the tax rate.
Okay. We finished the.
So-
Discussion.
I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.515463, which is effectively a 1.8% increase in the tax rate.
Second,
Second,
I second.
all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Passed. Agenda item 10. Public hearing to hear comments for or against the proposed budget for the city of Palm Valley for fiscal year 2022-2023. 6:36, public hearings open for comments.
Do you,
Were there changes?
do you want to make a presentation, a brief presentation?
There was some changes that were made. Hold on a second.
Because this was posted to our website, right?
That's
So-
correct. That is
So, but since it was, which ones were named?
I have to look.
The changes that are
Multitudes.
explained in the backup,
Mhm.
they were already implemented into the budget that was posted to the website. This was just to let you know that since the workshop, these were the changes that were made. They were implemented into the presented budget that you have before you and was posted to the website.
What page, what tab is that? Sylvia?
Tab number.
And
Well, that's the ordinance and that's where the budget.
Gotcha.
So right now, the public hearing has been declared open. If, just for the audience, that brief presentation can just be made and outline the changes that were presented.
Here, I'll get to them real quick. So in that memorandum, there was we updated the salary from 65 to, from 63 to 65. We updated the legal fees to 10,000 from 18,000. And we updated the department payroll to include holiday pay and 5% for director salary increase. And then the total price of the radios to 30,000, which is 6,000 for individual radio, 5 radios total. Which you just talked about. And then on the water budget, we adopted the water department payroll to include a 5% director salary increase. And then we added drainage fee expense line item to the water operating budget. We had to separate that drainage fee from the actual water budget, correct?
that's the $24.
Yes,
that
that's a
everybody-
$24 a
Right.
month. That had to be separate from everything else.
Right,
And that can only be used for
right.
specific, there's specific items on it that can be used. And then we updated the fire service fee expense to 128,407 because Harlingen sent us their bill recently, correct?
Right.
We got the contract from Harlingen, the 128.
As a matter of fact, we received it today
Yeah.
and it'll be on the agenda for approval in October.
Yeah.
But I didn't look at that number, but we based it on what the valuations
Yeah.
were. And that's how we came up with that number.
In the budget, it says fire service fees budgeted 126,321, so we're gonna have to raise it to 128.
128,407.
Well, let's,
Well, still, we have to.
Right,
vote.
I understand in the
Right.
future, but that's.
So those was, everything else stayed the same. We had to update some of those, the payroll, holiday pay and so forth.
Sylvia, to move on to number 11, can I close the public hearing or do we need a motion?
no, you don't need a motion. If there's no
Okay,
comments from
So
the
we'll
audience.
close the public hearing at 6:39. And agenda item 11. Discussion possible action to adopt an ordinance adopting the budget for the city of Palm Valley for fiscal year 2022-2023.
I so move that we adopt the proposed budget for the fiscal year 2022 through 2023.
Awesome. A second?
Second.
Yeah.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Passed. Agenda item number 12, discussion possible action regarding a request to review and rule by the city council regarding the ordinance requirements for a setback distance of solid structures on property there adjacent and joined to the property of Harlingen Country Club between two residences. Request by Don Franklin.
Mayor, I contacted Mr. Franklin earlier today to see if he was going to be. He was expected to return to Texas to his residence
Okay.
on the 12th of September. But I didn't get a response to his
Well,
friend.
let's just have a motion to table that. I was there yesterday and as well as the two neighbors are gonna get along. We're there. Okay,
I agree that we should table it until Mr. Franklin's here to present his.
but what he told me was what his neighbors did was acceptable to him.
Okay, so maybe.
Not perfect, but acceptable, so. But I'd rather table it, and if he wants to attend next month, then he can attend and reopen it, but
I'll follow up tomorrow.
Yeah. and by the way, he's worse than getting a hold of me on an iPhone, so
Okay.
it's got something to do with white hair, but if we can have a motion to table it, that would be great.
I move that we table any action regarding the setback and on solid structures on property. And
Second,
Second.
that's it.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, passed. Agenda item 13, discussion possible action to adopt an ordinance providing for the regulation of residential and commercial solid waste collections, disposal, recycling services within city limits, providing for the regulation of commercial or residential roll-off services and franchise agreement, and providing for other provisions related to the same subject. I'm turning it over to Councilman Lucio.
I hate talking about trash. I really do. So the ordinance is still under review by the city attorney, so we can't really vote on it right now. We have to just table it.
Table it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I move that we table this until the city attorney has given us more information.
Got a motion to table?
Second.
Yes. Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, passed to table. All right, consent agenda. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Any issues? Number 14?
Chief, no?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay.
We got nothing.
Nothing.
If we can get a motion to approve,
Oh, I move that we approve the consent agenda.
I second.
second? Jerry? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We have nothing for executive session, right? Okay. Hey Kathy, did we scare you off? I hope we.
Is that
didn't
for
scare
me?
you off, Kathy.
Sorry about that. No, not at all.
Jason looks scared, but he always looks scared
It
with
always
me,
looks that way.
running the meeting, so. Anyhow, I wish I could make a motion to adjourn, but I can't.
I'll make a motion to adjourn this.
Thank you,
meeting.
Annette. Second,
Second.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you, guys. Hey, you guys actually did a really good job getting out of here.
What time?
And notice on there.
45.
6:45.